4.
That's fine. Usually we don't have enough time for game 4.
Yeah, this is good.
So right here, since I'm on the
So what did we learn? Multiple
Draw.
of pods have decreasing returns?
Yeah.
with pod, you need either a lot of life or you need mana to activate it.
Well, no.
Yeah.
What he means, I had 2 pods in my hand
Yeah.
the entire game.
Oh.
Like, so, like, literally hitting the birds hurt a lot because I couldn't stick the first pod
Oh, yeah.
on time, you know? That and, like, okay, so I've been trying Twilight Mire instead of Woodland Cemetery, and I like it much better, but also it hinders me at casting Voice on turn 2 on rare extreme conditions like that one right there.
Right, because you had the white source, but you can't tap your white source into your
the
mire.
Twilight and keep the white source, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I have to say that it worked out though because I had the Abrupt Decay, and I was able to Abrupt Decay and keep you off for 2 Tarmogoyf, which is like a pseudo Snapcaster mage.
Yeah, that was super. That was super relevant.
Playing Snapcasters and junk guys.
Rich could have played the Voice in his hand and potted it away by losing 2 life and whipping.
No, that's what we were just
Justice.
talking about. I didn't have the option to be able to play the Voice because I had the Twilight Mire. If you want to pull up Twilight Mire on the list, James also.
He had
Wire.
his
Let's
Razor Verge
see.
Thicket, but you have to use the green in that to tap into
Let
to
me-
get the second green
let me-
from the
Let me show that.
filter land.
Twilight Mire.
Yeah, so like basically it taps for colorless unless I feed a green or a black into it, and then I can get other lands out of it.
I see.
But because I had needed the white source from the Razor Verge to cast the Voice, and if I filtered the green into the Twilight Mire to activate it to get colored mana out of it, I wouldn't have the white anymore.
So you wouldn't have had
I-
enough. You didn't have enough to cast it, in other words.
Right.
Exactly,
So
like-
since you had the other colorless mana, you had a chance of getting 1 white and 2 colorless, or any of the filters of green, black, and 1 colorless.
Yeah, like, and it's just a one of, and it comes in handy in certain, like, it makes my my swamp now tap for 2 green, which is handy sometimes. It makes it just filters so I can get my Murder Shred.
Yeah, so in other words, you just were a little bit short on the mana.
Basically,
Yeah.
I got a little mana host, which it actually worked out though. I mean, I had the Abrupt Decays. He just Bitter Blossomed, was able to kind of keep me off. The Mistbind Click is what hurt, so it finished it.
Yeah, that was the finishing
It
thing.
was
Which
like-
I had it anyway with the
No, because I had the Orders of Pontiff.
creeping tar pit.
Oh yeah.
So
that would've
if I
worked
really
anyway.
wanted to go for it, that was been the safer play,
Yeah, that's true.
and well, just the better play all around.
That
So in the
is
chat
true.
room, what are we looking forward in M15 so far? What's your favorite picks?
I like Necromancer Stockpile. I'm going to talk about that today on the podcast. So I'll play it first, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a snap keep. But I'm glad Cord is seeing play. I mean, going to come back.
Sure.
I really want to try Yisin, the Bard guy, even though he's terrible. Just because I think it'd be fun. But really excited about the new Tree Folk guy, too. Just because I like Tree Folk. Doesn't matter what they are. I just like them.
The one that makes the token?
Yeah.
I don't think they've spoiled him yet, have
Yeah,
they?
they did.
Oh, okay.
Damon texted me it today.
I-
You good?
Yeah.
Yeah. M15 has
Crack go.
M15 spoilers have just been nuts, I think.
They've been pretty solid.
I know.
Sorry, I'm gonna find the Temple Garden.
Is Twilight Mire preferred over GW filters in Melira Pod?
It helps you cast the
Murderous Red Cap.
Yeah.
I am trying it and I am liking it so far actually a lot. Although a lot of decks I've seen lists play Woodland Cemetery. And I wasn't a huge fan of that just because Woodland Cemetery comes into play tapped when you don't control like a forest or whatever or a swamp.
Forest or swamp.
So sometimes like when you're like Razor Verge Thicket and then you're like, oh,
Yeah,
Woodland
but-
Cemetery's tapped. I can't cast like my Birthing Pod turn 2 because I played a turn 1 Dork or whatever.
Right,
like,
but compared to the Wooded Bastion, the green-white filter land.
would it be? I thought about it, but nah. I'm okay.
I don't know if any lists normally run.
I also
those
have to
or-
run enough fetchable
Oh.
lands too, though, because I'm running 7 fetches.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Draw.
Normally with the filter lands, you only want like a singleton of, because once you get multiples, they don't produce anything, and they work really terribly with any of the colorless mana.
Tarmogoyf.
Yep.
Tarmogoyf. Okay, Michael.
So right now he's a 1/2.
Michael.
Yep.
Yeah, I should find some people to go in on a case with.
Shock this in.
Yeah.
Attack for 2.
Yeah, I'll take it. Bird's voice seems good.
Go ahead.
85 is really decent. 85 is a good price. In fact, it's, I don't know, it's insanely good.
That's almost at like
It is.
price at the stores.
He's probably making like $5 or something on it.
He's no,
Yeah.
not even making that. Usually.
Is that
Depends
right?
on through his distributor.
Yeah, and it depends on what volume he orders in, I'm sure.
Right.
But that's crazy.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a great deal for you. I just
Great deal for
I
you,
think
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
losing exponential money.
I do not like voice.
So no Vendilion click. Are you gonna abrupt decay this one?
Yeah.
Giving me a essentially bigger guy. He's gonna be a 3/4 right now.
Go ahead.
Mine's a 3/3.
Spirit bonds, yeah, that looks pretty cool.
That seems pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
But the question is, do I want to play it? Huh.
That was actually probably a bad play on my part. I probably just should have put that out. Thinking back on it.
Let's...
Yeah. Necromancer stockpile does look good with, I mean, just think.
With Gravecrawler?
Just do a zombie deck. That'd be so fun.
It's good with Gravecrawler.
You whiff.
So I whiff. But you got a misbind click, which you can't cast.
So much good artwork in this
Shackles,
set.
which you can. Okay, cool. Tap for black. This here's here. Attack for 4. 5. I apologize. 5.
Yeah, I take 5.
Go. Yeah, Hatebird. I'm not excited for Hippogriff because I like Pod. The new Hippogriff. I actually think he's really good. He'll be good in Standard because Grey Merchant of Asphodels no longer
Sacked.
will be triggered when he's on the battlefield, so they don't lose. You don't lose life and they don't gain life.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not excited for him in the modern aspect. But I mean, he really kind of won't see much play, I think, except for in like Hate Bears. I mean, like, people should be playing Aven Mind Sensor because they screw over a lot of different decks, but nobody plays them really, so go figure. Like, I'm not too terribly worried about it, but he is pretty freaking house. Did you guys see the new guy that makes the Chief Engineer that gives all your guys' gives all your artifacts
Convoke.
Convoke? That
Convoke,
guy's
yeah.
house.
Oh, yeah.
my gosh.
And he is the game day top 8
Is he?
Yeah.
promo
That's
too.
pretty sweet.
So he's looking to be he's looking to give some pretty incentive to fight into that top 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's really good in Modern Death and Taxes, too.
Bitter Blossom.
Seems good.
Goif.
Okay.
Of course,
Go ahead.
we have aggressive mining and made by Notch. That's so funny. I was wondering what kind of card he would design, and of course it's a mining card, so that's appropriate.
Well, yeah, it's...
The artwork looks quite a lot like Minecraft as well.
Yeah,
And
exactly. A callback to Minecraft.
I understand the flavor purposes of it, and I like the flavor purposes of it, but I don't like it. And that card as a whole, I think it's just it's a trap card. It looks good, but it's actually quite bad.
Pay 2 life?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how that turns out.
Pay 2 life?
Sure.
pot out Sin Collector as I grab my deck before I even start doing it. We're gonna 4-drop.
I'm looking forward to Goblin Kaboomist. Make a landmine. Yeah.
Do.
Waste Knot. Yeah, Waste Knot's just going to be insane, too.
Yeah, let's
That
do
looks
that.
so fun. And I love the artwork on it.
Trigger.
Yep.
Yeah, the landmines just sound like fun to me.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you essentially kill one of your guys. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you want to trade?
That might be worth it to me. To get one of your Goyfs out. You have 3 cards in hand, so I mean that's.
And you know of at least 2 of them?
One of them's a Vidakan Shackles.
Yep, I think you know of those 2.
Yep, and Miss Mind Click.
So this game's turning out pretty close.
Yeah, I'll trade.
Okay, so just kill one.
So we started off with Rich taking
Go
the
ahead.
first 2 games. Then Justin, you came back on the last
Blossom.
one.
I feel like still Pod has a very like a more, I guess, has a better percentage win in this situation. It's a little bit better personally, but I don't know. I mean, he could miss Mind Click me here. Ooh, we'll
Have you
see.
seen the veil,
I think that might actually be
the
the
chain,
choice.
the chain veil?
Yeah, Chain Veil, you can actually go infinite with it.
That just
Almost near infinite.
looks crazy with being able to activate planeswalkers
With
again.
with Rel's Eric, you can untap it and tap it, like tap down one of the things and untap it, you know. And then with Nisa, you can just untap 4 forests and go infinite on your planeswalkers, basically, which is super cute. In
Yeah, Deltras
EDH.
just said the same thing as you just said.
yeah, yes, yeah,
Yep.
totally. Just
Looks
that's
interesting.
funny.
Swing 3.
For 3, I'll take it.
All right.
Seems okay. Anything else?
Tar Pit.
Land.
Go ahead.
Untap. Upkeep. Miss Mind Click me. Okay. Eat your token. Or you're going to sacrifice your Miss Mind Click.
I think Bitter Blossom right now.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I think I missed your triggers too on that. Oh, well.
On what?
Maybe I did.
You're missing that trigger.
Yes, I am missing that trigger too. No, I missed your trigger on you're losing a life, but I think we might have got it too.
Yeah, go ahead and mark it down then.
No, it's fine.
I haven't looked
It's not
closely
a
at Hornet's Nest yet. I should look at that one. I haven't read it. I saw it come up, but I haven't looked at it yet. I haven't read it. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, Hot Soup. What
Hot
a
Soup looks interesting.
best name for a card. and it's so funny.
Yep.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah, it's so flavor win. Like I think Damon's gonna talk about it today too.
Is he?
Yeah. Noble Hierarch.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not Noble Hierarch. You got 12.
I haven't seen what Hornet's Nest does yet.
Let's do birds. Let's play this
Weasel
play.
Soup.
Hornet's Nest, that's the one that whenever damage is dealt to it, put in that many 1/1 Death Touch flyers.
Right.
Wasps.
Wow.
I'm gonna pay 2 life.
That would be wild.
It's a 0/2.
Pot out my
6.
Ranger of Eos.
Sure. Revel Arc.
Yep. Revelark. And then attack for a bunch. Rawr.
How big is he? 1, 2, 3, 6?
Yep.
I'm at 12. I'll take it.
Anyone that's joining us for the first time,
Go
this is
ahead.
MTGU Fight Club. This is a Thursday. This is what we do on Thursday right here. Starting 5 o'clock Mountain Time, we have a game.
Upkeep, no effects.
7:30, we have our podcast stream, and then again at 9 o'clock, we have another series of games. Those of you that are new today, thanks for subscribing here. Check us out on YouTube. Visit us at mtgu.com.
MTGU, the Magic the Gathering podcast for you.
Nobody does it like I do it.
Nobody does it like you do.
Nope.
I'm James. That's Blades. Over there's Rich.
So
Damon isn't here yet, but he will be soon.
In the Think Tank, brought to you by Blades. Just kidding. So I mean, you could activate Cripping Tar Pit and swing for
Rules
punch.
question: if I cast Mistbind Click and they Doomblade it in response, I know I still have the option to exile a fairy of my choice. If I do I get the tap trigger or not?
Yeah, you still get the tap trigger, but I mean, like, and you'll like perma exile. I think one of your
when a fairy
guys.
is championed, so it has to be championed.
When this comes into play, sacrifice it unless you remove another fairy you control from the game. When this leaves play, that card returns to play. So you have to champion something before even the tap all lands target player controls goes on the stack. So champion then.
So right
Cla-
here, since I can't kill you,
Clayton
this
Clay
turn,
Davis says, okay, so another thing you can do with Kaboomus now is play Ensoul Artifact. Now you have a 5/5 landmine.
Why? What? Never mind. It's not. I'm sorry.
So
I haven't seen is the Ensoul Artifact.
shekels.
'Kay.
Oh, that's the target artifact becomes a 5/5 guy with legs.
Oh, really?
Yep. For 1 blue, 1 colorless.
Hmm.
So it looks pretty insane,
Huh? That's weird.
especially on the new land. Yeah,
Darksteel
Darksteel Citadel. That seems pretty.
Yeah, they're giving a lot of shenanigans
pretty
with
hardcore.
Darksteel Citadel right now. I'm curious to know why they're doing so many artifact stuff, or is just showing some love for people who might want to get in modern.
I
Watery
don't
Grave.
know.
Right now, I think I just need to hold off you from comboing. Go ahead.
Did you say pass?
Yeah, pass.
Okay, so untap.
Upkeep.
It's a
I'll take your
close-
seer.
It's a close game here, guys. 6-6.
So I just need to keep you from comboing off right now. I would like to swing, but your Revel Arc is...
Imposing.
Yeah.
Actually, that's kind of funny. Okay, so in response, I'm gonna sacrifice Real Arc.
Sure.
Trigger on the stack. Put return to guys. Before target's declared, sack at the Viserys here. So I'm gonna scry 1 off Real Arc. Scry 1 off the Viserys here. Let's just get that out of the way now. That's gonna go away too. Real Arc says when he comes
Do you
dies,
get a
and
chance
lose
to
play.
respond before you...
I think I do. Hold on. So Real Arc says 1 Real Arc leaves battlefield, return up to 2 target creatures with the power 2 or less from the graveyard to the battlefield. So the trigger will go on the stack.
Right, but then you automatically need to find targets before you gain priority again, don't you?
That's a good question. When Real Arc leaves the
Like
battlefield,
the
return up to
ability
2
enters the
target
stack,
creatures.
you
power
have
to a
targets for as it enters the stack, and then you gain priority.
Okay, so I mean, worst case, I'll just sacrifice himself. Okay.
Yep.
And scry 1, and then the other cards gotta go back up on top.
Lark triggers before you can target
Yeah.
the seer.
Yeah, it sounded better in my head when I started doing it. So put the card back on top from that.
Yep.
The ad dragon is keeping us.
That's fine. Yeah, and I'm gonna draw a card for turn. That's fair and understandable. I don't necessarily blame him.
Oh yeah, the Resolute Archangel. That's the one that if your life total is lower than where you started, it goes back to the beginning total. Yeah. Yeah, that would be if you're playing it, that's great, but if it's going in someone else's EDH deck, then yeah, you're hating life.
Archangel Thune.
Oh, that seems pretty good too.
Pay 2 life.
Yeah.
Pot out my voice. Trigger. You are tapped out.
Yeah.
Spike Feeder.
Oh, and now your guys just go infinite. Yep.
Declare deck phase.
Yeah, I have to put one under each.
Yep, you have to. Okay, cool. Go infinite.
Yep.
Infinite.
Combo off.
So how this works, Spike Feeder comes into play with 2+1/+1 counters. I can remove a +1/+1 counter from Spike Feeder to gain 2 life.
Mm-hmm.
And Archangel Thune says, whenever I would gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature I control. So effectively, I'll remove a +1/+1 counter from Spike Feeder to gain 2 life. So he comes in with play with 2, remove 1, gain 2. Archangel Thune says, put a +1/+1 counter on my team, get counter back, go infinite life.
You're going infinite life.
And
Boom, 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 boom.
infinite,
And all of his guys are now infinite,
infinitely huge.
Oh, wow.
So let's do die.
which means my shekels are now
Useless.
Pointless.
Yeah.
and now is when I should scoop.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's in it. You're gonna lose 1 life.
And I get a fairy.
Oh, I didn't even play the land last turn I drew. Oh well.
Yeah, now I can
So I
activate
get-
the tar pit.
You gonna attack me?
Yeah, I am.
Put
Put you down to infinite.
Put me down to 97.
Play land. Go ahead. Yep,
Okay.
that's it.
And then untap, upkeep, draw. Gabony?
Yeah, like
attack.
it matters.
Yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
glad I put him back in the main board.
All right.
yeah, he definitely seems good. Like even if you play less,
Yeah, instead of the
Finks.
4. Yeah, because I took out 1 Finks for him, so I
That
feel like
seems
that's a
good.
really good supplement.
Yeah,
So that's 3 games, Rich, 1 game, Blades.
Those are interactive at least.
Good
are-
games.
those were
are
very
really,
interactive.
Really, they were all close. We both were below.
it was close.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was a good game and went a little longer than I thought. I think that one went about 20 some odd minutes. So that was
we were way more think tank on that one.
Yeah.
than normal,
Yeah,
so.
that one it just goes to show you the strength of pod when I actually play around the combo to make sure that you don't combo off on me and then you do it anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty strong.
So let's do this quick sideboard deck tech recap if you
Yeah,
want.
please do. Yeah. So we're just wrapping it up here, guys.
And then we're
Thanks for
gonna-
joining us. We're going to be looking here really quick at. Oh, hey, Susie. Susie's in the chat
Oh,
room.
hey Susie.
Where's Damon?
Hello.
Where's your hubby at? Wow, am I not allowed to say that? Sorry.
You're fine.
No, that's
Oh.
known.
It is known.
You say that every time.
It's Game of Thrones, man. I can't help myself sometimes, okay?
Anyway, so we're just wrapping it up here. They're gonna talk about their decks in closing here. And Damon, I think, just showed up. Is he out there?
Yeah.
Hi, Damon. Damon's here.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So what I did is I basically brought in more anti-control stuff. Voice Resurgence is great. Abrupt Decay is good at killing a lot of his things. Sin Collector is really good, and Throne is really good. Granted, we never saw him, but just because they can't get
he is
countered-
really good. Can't be countered, and he's he stays around forever. He's just a constant beater.
He trades with the Mistbind Click, which is great.
Yes.
The thing is, though, Sin Collector, wasn't very impressed. The one time I got him, I whiffed.
So in
but-
this build, where I'm more creature oriented with the creature abilities, I don't like Sin Collector in this one.
He's not as good, but I didn't know that.
I'm
I mean,
playing
I
like-
could have looked at your list, but I'm going to sideboard.
I think it's a
unbiased,
tops
so.
of 12 instants and sorceries.
Yeah, either way, it's
shift
getting
over
rid
to
of
mine.
a piece of my
Sure.
combo. I mean, a piece to remove my combo. Also, I brought in Orzhov Pontiff.
Sorceries and instants is 15.
Oh, 15. So 15 actually isn't bad, for
yeah.
one.
I mean, worst case, I get rid of it. You have Cryptics, which you never saw.
I did see them, but I never. I had issues getting up to the blue mana to actually cast them.
And I usually had Voices, too.
Yeah, you had a lot of voices.
This guy was meant to come in to blow up the Vidalcan Shackles and the
Bitter Blossoms.
Bitter Blossoms. Abrupt Decays just because it hits almost everything on his board. Orzhov
Oh, yeah.
Pontiff, which is good. Just kills most of your board.
Yeah, it's sweet.
I feel like Wall of Roots was just a good supplement for this. I mean, we're going to go grindy anyway. I don't need a mana up as heavy. And this guy can't block half the things he
Yeah.
has anyway. Spell Guy, he has removal, but I wanted to be a little bit more proactive.
Yeah,
Scavenging Ooze,
I agree.
I never saw Snapcaster Mages. It looks like you're playing none.
I am not playing any
So that
Snapcasters.
was actually good that I brought that out. Verol's is just another sack outlet, but I mean, he takes things with Vidalcan Shackles, so that's why I switched it out. Linvala, same thing with Vidalcan Shackles, giving you another 3/4 flyer in the air isn't bad. Plus, you don't have very many activated abilities other than your Scavenging Oozes.
Yeah.
So, and then Metamorph, I don't really want to copy anything of his because they're just so fragile.
Yeah, my thing's you can copy Goyf or you can copy the 4/4 flyer, the Mistbind Click. But beyond that,
Or the Click, Vanilla Click, like the one
Vanillion
game.
Click like you did the game one, but that's still eh. You got better outs.
Yeah. And then your sideboarding, you basically brought out 2 Spell Stutter Sprites for Scavenging
So yeah,
Oozes.
I did the Spell Stutter Sprites on the draw since they seemed a little bit slower since I had to have
the
Bitter
Faeries on
Blossom out
board.
first.
Yeah.
So they seem a little bit eh. Vidalcan Shackles seemed a little bit slow, like as we seen in the last one, especially once he gets his sack outlet there for a little bit. Scavenging Ooze because they're really good at exiling his graveyard. Thoughtseize we didn't see once, so it's hard to say how that was, but
I saw the Inquisitions, though.
we saw the Inquisitions, and that was pretty prime to put you off.
My birds
So
was
I think
great.
that those 3 coming in were still pretty good. I don't know about siding out entirely. I think that's probably accurate, but
I feel like that's pretty accurate. I mean, the Shackles, you're only running what, like six islands or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm playing somewhere around that.
5, 6, 7. So I mean, like, Vidalcan Shackles is great, but it's 5 mana, right?
Yeah, it's 5
5
mana. I can
which
spread that
is
out over 2
huge.
turns, but it seems a bit expensive for what I'm actually getting out of it.
Yeah, tapping out
Um,
seems bad, right?
For Faeries, though, like, I'm not sure that the Green Splash was worth it. Like, I liked the Abrupt Decays. The Goyfs were fine. We got up to a 3/4. I think we got up to a 4/5 at one point in time as well.
I think 5, 6. No, 4, 5. Yeah, I think 4, 5 was the biggest. No, he got up to a 5, 6, I think.
He may have gotten up to a 5/6, but he seemed a little bit lackluster in the list, too, to where I think if I was to keep playing the list, I think I'd just go straight blue-black.
You could have always, like, Abrupt Decayed your Bitter Blossom to get him +2/+2.
Yeah,
Extra 2
yeah,
that you
but that
needed. But
really,
never
that's
really-
horrible.
that
That's
never came
horrible.
up.
That's got to be a swing for the win.
Right. It's just funny because, anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. I think that you could do better with Liliana's
And you were talking about bringing him
I was
in.
actually thinking
Yeah.
of that, like, because I actually found this list on it. I believe it 4-0'd a daily. So I found this list online and I put it together. I made some minor changes to it, such as Shackles were already in there. I put in
Okay.
an extra Mutavault and I took out a Breeding Pool, I believe, which I think that's right because Mutavault it works really well with Fairies. Beyond that, I think the list is pretty much the same. Like, I wanted to see more Mana Leak as well. I feel like that may be
you
a
didn't
better
hit your
spell.
counter spells very often.
No, I didn't. Like, I never seen any of the relevant counter spells in the matchups. Like, I seen the Spell Star Sprite, but like I always tutored him to the bottom or clicked him to the bottom of my library. But like, it's for trying to be more of a tempo deck, like the Goyf seemed lackluster, at least in this matchup, so that throws me off a little bit.
It reminds
But
me a lot of Tarmo Twin.
It,
How they're like, they have their game plan already because it's already a solid deck, like Faeries. And
yeah,
like, we're going to add green for Tarmogoyf.
yeah,
Like,
which
you know what I mean? It just seems like
that's
what it
good
reminds
because
me of.
Tarmogoyf really is good, but he doesn't seem like he meshes well on this list. Tarmo Twin though, they also have the out of the Splinter Twin combo, to where they could just combo off. This one doesn't really have anything like that.
Well, right. I'm just, you know what I mean, though. It just reminds me of, like, let's splash green for Goyf and Scavenging Ooze. Now, Abrupt Decay is good. I can see Abrupt Decay.
Abrupt Decay is
definitely.
awesome.
But, I don't know. Interesting. Did you bring in any Maelstrom Pulses?
I did not.
That
I
might have
could
been-
have.
that might have been
could have
good
been
too.
pretty big.
Hitting all of my Voice Resurgence tokens.
Maelstrom Pulse should have came in probably. Yeah, because I could have also cited out more
Also, you
Spell
coulda
Stutter
hit-
Sprite and more Shackles.
More pod. You could have hit pod, too.
I could hit Pod. I wasn't so worried about Pod. I think that Pod is a little bit overrated.
I mean, like, in a clutch moment, though, it seems like it could be
In a
really
clutch
good.
moment, yeah, it's definitely something that you can always fall back on. But
Okay, so we're just going to wrap it up here. We'll be back in about 45 minutes for the podcast stream. Thanks for joining us. Again, 7:30 Mountain Time, we'll be starting our podcast stream, and then again at 9 o'clock, we'll be coming to you for some games of Standard. So thanks for joining us. Say goodbye, guys.
later, guys.
Bye.